Hey guys, it's Mrs. Henriod, Mr. Henriod's wife. I teach high school at Manassas High School, and I am here to go through your TCAP passage with you to make sure that you're ready to be in ninth grade. I know you are. I teach ninth grade, and I feel really confident that you're going to be ready. But I'm going to go through this with you just like I would go through it with my ninth graders. All right. So, the first thing that we do when we look at this passage, as I bet Mr. Henriot has taught you, because he's such a good teacher, right? The first thing that we're going to do is look at the title. And I'm going to highlight the title. The title is Smart Dogs. So if I'm thinking about smart dogs, I'm just going to take a second to think about it as I look at the title. I'm thinking, this could maybe be about dogs who perform tricks, or dogs who can smell things. I don't know. Let's find out. So as I'm just kind of looking through the passage, I look at the headings. So it's really important to look at the headings because the headings can tell us what goes underneath them, and it gives us some more ideas about what this is going to be about. One dog's abilities, measuring canine intelligence, differences among dog breeds, scientific acceptance. Okay, cool. Now, before I actually read the text, I'm actually going to go to the questions because that way the questions will tell me what I need to look for. So, number 1 says, which sentence from the passage is an opinion? I know I need to highlight that word opinion because that's what I'm going to be focusing on when I get to this question, is which one is an opinion. So, if I'm thinking about fact versus opinion, a fact is something that could be proven, and an opinion is just someone's feelings about something. Cool. Number 2, read an analogy. Okay, this one looks like I can do this one after I read the passage, so I'm going to move on from this one. Number 3, which inference is supported by the third and fourth paragraph? Ooh, cool. I'm going to highlight the word inference. And I know that an inference is something that isn't necessarily said out in the text, but it's something that I can infer from the text. It's not necessarily said right there. It's not spelled out for you, but it's something that I can assume just by reading it. And I know that it's going to be looking in the third and fourth paragraph. Okay, cool. So I'm actually going to look at this question, and it says, which inference is supported by the third and fourth paragraph? I'm going to go up to the third and fourth paragraph and know that I'm looking at inferences here. So I'm actually going to make a note on my text that says inferences. Excellent. Okay, next question. Which organizational structure does the section entitled Measuring Canine Intelligence reflect? I'm not exactly sure what organizational structures are again, so I'm going to look at the answer choices. Okay, chronological, comparison, contrast, problem, solution, cause, and effect. I seem to remember Mr. Henriot giving an awesome lesson about this when we read something with Martin Luther King. The Memphis sanitation workers. Cool. So I'm going to go up to that one, and I'm going to write off to the side organizational structures, because I know that's what I'm going to be looking for in that section. Okay. Anyways, Mr. Henry was trying to tell me what to say, but I'm going to ignore him. This one says, look at the photograph, so I can do that one later. Which one of these? Ooh, primary sources. Cool. I know that a primary source is something that's right from the source. It is a first-hand account, someone who has first-hand knowledge. All right. Now I'm going to actually pause for a second while you guys read this passage out loud with Mr. Henriot. All right, we're back. You guys just paused and read the passage with Mr. Henriot, so we're going to go through the answer choices and see if we can get them right, okay? Okay, number 1. Which sentence from the passage is an opinion? A, Jet can even perform some tasks to keep his owner from being harmed. B, he observed how they act instinctively, how they adapt to their environment, and how they follow commands. C, however, those of us who have owned a less intelligent breed of dog know these dogs are just as lovable and fun as smarter breeds. D, they are also researching how dogs use barking to communicate. Okay, looking through these answer choices, if I look at answer A, Jet can even perform some tasks to keep his owner from being harmed. Could that be proven? Yes. I don't have anybody's feelings about anything here, so I'm going to say A is not the correct answer. B, he observed how they act instinctively, how they adapt to their environment, and how they follow commands. Okay, I think that this one could also be proven, so I don't think that one is an opinion. I think that's a fact. C, however, those of us who have owned a less intelligent breed of dog know these dogs are just as lovable and fun as smarter breeds. So I'm looking at those words lovable and fun, and those of us, that word those of us kind of lets me know that the author is giving their feelings about something. So that sounds like a really good option. D says they are also researching how dogs use barking to communicate. I think that could also be proven. So C is our opinion. Hope you guys got C. Number 2, read the analogy. Service dog is to safety as a verbal command is to. Okay, so I'm looking at relationships between words. So service dog is to safety as verbal command is to instruction. Right off the bat, I'm thinking that that's probably a pretty good answer choice because those two things, service dog and safety, seem to have the same relationship as verbal command and instruction. Instinct, no, that doesn't seem to quite fit. Emotion, definitely not. And intelligence, I'm thinking that instruction is the one that has the best relationship with command. All right. 3, which inference is supported by the third and fourth paragraph? Okay, so remember if I go to the third and fourth paragraph, it's about measuring canine intelligence. And I remember from reading that paragraph that it said something about how recognizing these concepts is a sign of intelligence. Okay, so looking at that question, the first answer is the ability to recognize abstract concepts is a sign of intelligence. Nowhere in those paragraphs did it actually come right out and say those words, but I kind of got that impression from reading the paragraphs. So right off the bat, I think A is a good answer. Human mental ability at 2 years exceeds that of the average dog. No, I don't remember having that inference. Using language is a higher order of intelligence than understanding language. Canine mental ability is at its highest level matches against average human mental ability. Okay, I'm going to go with A. The correct answer is A. Okay, organizational structures. Organizational structures, it says, okay, organizational structures. If this question says, which organizational structure does the section titled Measuring Canine Intelligence reflect? So I need to go through the organizational structures and kind of do a process of elimination when I'm thinking about the section entitled Measuring Canine Intelligence up here. Good. And I have my little note there, so I remembered to look for organizational structures. Okay, F, chronological. Chronological means that it's giving me a sequence of things. It did not tell me a sequence of events, so I'm going to say no. Comparison, contrast. Okay, that was if they are taking dogs and comparing and contrasting their abilities. I do remember them doing that in this, talking about some dogs can do some things, other dogs can do other things. Okay, that sounds good. Problem solution, no problems and solutions, cause and effect, no causes and effects. So that one, I'm going to go with comparison, contrast. Cool. All right, moving on to number 5. Look at this photograph. What can the reader conclude about the dog? A, it does not exhibit learning at a high level. B, it has been trained as a service dog. C, it knows the names of many objects. D, it is not emotionally attached to the observer. Looking at the contraption that it's wearing and the fact that it's actually assisting somebody who's blind, I'm going to go with B. It has been trained as a service dog. Last but not least, which of these is a primary source? Remember, primary sources are first-hand accounts. It's like it was there in the moment. F, a guide to training service dog. No, a guide was written by somebody else. That's not a first-hand account. An article about service dog programs. Articles, usually not primary sources. H, an encyclopedia, an encyclopedia article. Entry about service dogs. Encyclopedias are a classic secondary source. J, a diary kept by a person with a service dog. Absolutely. That diary is kept by somebody with first-hand knowledge about service dogs. Definitely a primary source. Voila! Congratulations. You guys are done with this passage. All right, guys. Well, that's it for me. I hope you guys are good for Mr. Henriad. If you want a really good story, you should ask him about how we met and how we fell in love. Okay? It's a good story. Have a good one, guys. Bye.